Welcome to the Impactful Engineer Project. I'm Steve Maxey, and with my co-host and brother Jake, we are here to bring you guidance, fresh ideas, and the tools to help you become an impactful engineer. Engineers struggle most with non-technical challenges like communication, navigating complex human-centric problems, project management, and managing stakeholder expectations.
The last one.
Yep. Okay.
I like that one.
That is such an important one.
It's very true.
And I think a lot of engineers get it wrong in terms of what they think that the right strategy is for that. I think.
Well, I tell you, just by my observations when I was a career engineer, that people would just disappear between milestone deliveries.
Yeah, they silo themselves away.
We're going to do nothing, and it's on the schedule that we posted. You know, it buried in the proposal 18 weeks ago, so everybody's totally on board and checks that every day, just like I do. And so when they get their drawings on that day, that's the only thing they need. They just want that outcome. It's coming. And then they throw something together and deliver it that day, and expectations have been met, Steve.
Yeah. Yeah, but what happens if...
or managed. Yeah. It's different, but yeah.
I think the worst is okay, our project update meeting is in a month, and, you know, a week into it, we ran into this problem. Well, I guess we'll just let them know on the project update meeting in a month. It's like, no, we need to pivot now, or, you know, come up with a different solution immediately.
Maybe even move the date of the meeting, or move it up, or move it later, or, you know, reschedule the whole thing. You got to blow your plan up all the time. If you're not, there's something wrong.
Yeah,
for sure.
So
I think the key word, Steve, is managing.
Mm-hmm.
Managing stakeholder
and expectations, like what? Yeah, managing stakeholder expectations, right? So, I mean, we can break all three words down, right? First, who are stakeholders? I think that's an important one.
Yeah, sure, yeah, anybody. Okay, you put it in your simple terms.
I mean, the stakeholder is anyone who is interested. I mean, this is not a definition I'm reading or anything, but just anyone who's interested in the outcome of that project. It could be the project manager, it could be the CEO of a company, it could be the customer, or it is the customer, right? They are absolutely a stakeholder in it. It could be anyone involved with the project that is reliant on the outcome of the project in some way, shape, or form.
You could say it like anyone who has a financial and reputational stake.
Interest.
Yeah, successful, like financial and reputation will change based on what happens in this project. They are a stakeholder.
Yeah.
Or you could say, and the reputation part is increasing awareness around managing outcomes and expectations, in my mind. But you could also say they have say in how the project goes. Definitely fits in stakeholder. So a stakeholder is somebody that has a financial stake, can weigh in on decisions, and it will change the outcome of their reputation.
Yeah, absolutely. And that aligns pretty closely with the Google dictionary definition here.
Let's hear it.
Yeah. So an independent party with whom each of those who make a wager deposits the money or counters wagered. So basically financial interest. And a person with an interest or concern in something, especially a business or a project. So
because each project is a mini business.
Absolutely it is. So now we know who stakeholders are, right? Usually as an engineer, your primary stakeholders are going to be the project manager, the leadership structure of your organization, and the customer. Yep. Usually your primaries.
Those are the big ones.
Yeah. The ones who influence the project the most.
Yeah. Behind the customer can be a lot, and it should be your job to figure out who those people are too.
Yeah. Okay. So now we have stakeholders. Let's move on to the expectations of those stakeholders.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll just start here. Usually leadership is going to be, their expectations is that they always know what the progress is of a project, as well as what the result of the project is. That's our expectation.
And you know what gets communicated the least, in my experience, from the stakeholders?
What is that, Jake?
Expectations.
Yeah. You are absolutely correct. Often it's assumed, but you should always have that clarity. And if you don't have it, ask for it. It's very simple. Like, hey, what are your expectations?
As Reacher would say, assumptions kill.
There you
go. Yeah. So figuring out what the expectations are is a big part of your job as a manager and a leader. I mean, as the very new career engineer, I would say knowing that is very important too. But you're not necessarily the one communicating it and doing the upfront kickoff meeting and asking the questions. How would you like things documented? How would you like to be communicated with? Are there technical documents that you have that you expect us to work off of? Are there procedural documents? What are your deliverables typically look like? Do you have your own on-site engineer and maintenance staff? Do you have people that tell consulting engineers what to do and when to do it? Talk to us. Tell us exactly how you'd like to see all this stuff. We usually do weekly updates at the end of the week with all action items, including yours, and when we need them by. Is that okay? And who should we send that to? Who should we copy on that? Who should we follow up with if we're not feeling like the expectations are being met? All of that should be discussed at the beginning of a project.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. It's part of management. So
yeah.
Managing the expectations.
Yeah, managing the expectations. Yeah. And often in your updates and reports, executive leadership is not going to be looking for all of the minute details of how you got to a result. They just want to know the result and the impact to the project of that result. That's it. And so you keep those updates very concise. Now you have all the information ready to go if they want to dig into the weeds a little bit because they don't fully understand or they want to understand more what's driving those results. But they have such a broad view of what's going on that they can't know every single detail of every single project. So they just want to know what are the results, what's the timing, and that's it.
You know what a lot of engineers do that I've worked with? They see me managing these expectations and they tell me it's a waste of time. They just we just need to get it done and send it to them. That's all they want. They don't want all of this interrupting update stuff in between. That was a lot. Many engineers say that. It's a waste of time. Get the job done. That's what we should do.
Yeah,
right?
I've seen that a lot too. Yeah.
and then it's like, well, I don't know. Did you ask the customer what they expected from you? Oh, no. But what can they expect from us more than just getting the job done? Paying us to do a job, we do the job, we deliver it. It's like, oh, well, I've had a conversation with them one-on-one, and they said they really appreciate all of the managing of their expectations, chasing down of info, updates, so that they can relax knowing that someone is on it, and they're not wondering if someone's on it.
Yeah, right? Because then they can focus on other challenges.
Right. And so just let me tell you from the source, this stuff is important, very important.
Yeah. So the last word is managing. I mean, we covered most of it already, but do you have anything else that you want to?
But that's the reason that word's in there.
Yeah.
You have to take an active role in the stakeholders' expectations. You have to.
Yeah. So communicate nonstop. I mean, obviously not every 5 minutes, but
yeah, sure. and communicate the way they would like to be communicated with.
Mm-hmm.
And there's tons of personality types and all that stuff, but you don't even have to worry about that. We know the desired outcome. The scope, this says it.
Yeah, it's
how we get there and the cadence behind the communication. That's what I want to talk about right now.
Yeah.
So and what I've experienced is that they want to hear, whoever you're asking or having this conversation with wants to hear what is typically done, and most don't know their own expectations. I found that out too. Most they just have this nervous feeling, or they have this anxiety around something, or they've accepted that they've been doing this for 10 years. They've been senior capital projects manager for 10 years. They've accepted some things. They are assuming that you're going to do some behaviors for which they know there are better behaviors, but that they have accepted and that they just deal with. So they won't set that as an expectation. They're going to be like, well, I could tell you to give me an update every week and let me know that you're working on things, or tell me about setbacks or whatever. But I know you're not going to do it because nobody does. So why would I set that expectation?
But if you want to set
it for them.
Yeah, if you want to set yourself up to stand out from the rest of the engineers around you, like you set it for them and you take that action, and they're going to be like, hey, I know Jake always gives me an update every week, and he responds within 24 hours and follows up within 48 hours if I don't get back to him. And I mean, and these are all the rules that I like to tell my team is unprompted updates once a week, right? If you ask for, or you get a solicited request within 24 hours, if you don't hear back from someone, follow up within 48 hours. And obviously if something comes up that is a oh shit moment, immediately jump on the horn and let the stakeholders know. Like those are the rules that, like, if you follow those four simple guidelines, like, you're going to stand out like in the top 1%.
And escalate. Give yourself a chance to escalate the communication from an email to a phone call, from a phone call to walking in the doors saying, hey, remember me?
remember
I was in the area.
Face?
Yeah, I was in the area. Just figured I'd stop by, see how the project's going. I got a couple things for you if you got a minute.
Yeah,
and then you can have a reason to be there. You can go walk the project site. You can go review an existing condition, whatever.
Yeah, and each level of that communication medium is going to be more and more impactful, right? And email is probably your lowest, or actually I would say a Teams message probably your lowest, and email maybe just slightly above that, just because you can kind of keep track of everything. And then it's a phone call, right? That's the next one, or a Teams call if you're if that's what your company relies on, like ours. And then beyond that, it's walking down in person. I mean, what's going to be more impactful than having a one-on-one face-to-face conversation about something that's really important to them?
Yeah. And I want to share, well, first, a lot of people think it's too much and it's too hard. And yes, being excellent is hard. So just, that's okay. The industry that I'm in is kind of behind. Like, if you look at many other industries, like financial or whatever other business, whether it's home services, like another service business, like, of course, in product, the communication's huge, but like in all these other service businesses, they all do, like, the touch points are close, they're fast, they're in a cadence, they're taking care of people. It's like, to me, it's only in the construction industry do we just accept this no communication, pay me or I don't even talk to you, like these schedules that are elongated by just inaction. So I say all that because, like, you can really stand out and it'll help you a lot. But then there's all these other benefits and secondary, like these tertiary things that will help you in your career just by doing this. So just by sending the update every Friday gets you thinking about, okay, well, if I'm going to send an update, it's going to be a good update. And then you start thinking about, well, what's the purpose of this update? Well, because they need to know this. And it's like, oh shit, as I'm writing the update, I've realized that we haven't made any progress on this one thing. Cool. I can communicate that to the team on Monday, and we're going to knock that action item out. And when you have not sent that update, you wouldn't have thought about that. So there's all these other very helpful things. If you communicate frequently and you chase problems down and you've never left someone hanging, after that project's long done and gone, the person that you served is going to remember you for a very long time. And they're going to tell people that, when in the right scenario, that, man, yeah, I hear they're talking to a peer. Oh yeah, I've had that happen many times in my projects too. Oh, but you know what? There was this one engineer, Jake. He was just always on it. I mean, he had some of this and that, and we had to work with each other on it. And he dropped something here, but like that problem, dude, was always solved. So if, like, that's really important to you, and it sounds like it is, you've got something for them to do. You might, I have his number. You want his number? That kind of thing. There's so many benefits to doing this. So do yourself a favor.
Yeah. And manage your stakeholder expectations.
Oh, we didn't do the share the show plea.
Oh, well, all right then. I will do it. So if you learned something today, and I know you did, or think someone else needs to hear our point of view, please share the show. It's the best way we can grow the podcast and continue to create value and impact for the engineering community. And of course, leave a review. Give us 5 stars because you know we deserve it.